I know what it feels like to be humble. If you're not already humble, life will humble you. It will humble you. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Andrees. Today I'm going to be talking about I will be talking about how being selfish can ruin your life. So I didn't even know that. Well, I wouldn't say I didn't know, but God made it very clear that I was selfish. He made it very clear to me. I've heard people tell me that I was selfish, and of course, me being selfish, I didn't think I was. I just thought that I was, just doing the best for myself. And it really wasn't that. It was just me being selfish. And so last year, God revealed to me that I was selfish. And he revealed that to me in prayer one day. And he just revealed to me that, yeah, you are selfish. And it made me realize, because at first I was like, okay, I'm thinking like, what's wrong with putting yourself first, right? What's wrong with loving yourself? This is how my mind was operating. This is how my mind was thinking. I'm thinking, what's wrong with loving yourself? What's wrong with, just pouring into yourself? What could be so bad about that? I'm not hurting anybody else. I'm just loving myself. I'm putting myself first. But that was not the case. Oftentimes I was hurting other people, because for me to feel up here, I had to make other people, unintentionally and subconsciously, this what I was doing, was making other people feel less than themselves, just so I can feel superior, just so I can feel more than or better about myself. And that's because I didn't have no self-love for myself. I didn't love myself at all. Not really, not a lot. So I thought that I was loving myself and protecting myself, but really I wasn't. I was just hurting myself. And I think the selfishness came from just, I don't really know. It could have came from a lot of different places, but I grew up, my earthly dad, my daddy here on earth, he spoiled me. He spoiled me a lot, and I'm blessed to have him. Still, I'm blessed to have him still in my life. He blessed me, and he spoiled me. So that was number one, and he did it out of good intentions. Of course, I'm his daughter, and he just wanted the best for me. But somewhere along the lines, my mind got that misconstrued with, my mind had that mixed up with everybody should spoil me, and if it wasn't my way, then it wasn't no way. And it's like, it's not like that. Life is not like that. Like, you cannot always get your way, and so I had to learn it the hard way, unfortunately. I grew up trying to, like, defend myself and all of these things, but it's like, really, I was just hurting myself, because I was only putting myself in a position to get hurt, because everybody is not going to treat you, everybody is not going to, it's going to be some people to hurt you, and I just thought that I was supposed to be exempt from hurt and pain, but it's like, no, you're not, unfortunately. So yeah, being selfish has definitely, it only hurts you. You think you're doing something, but in the end, you are hurting yourself, because what it does, it makes you feel like, and you think that everything should be your way, and it's not like that, and because I was doing it from that point, like, I'm gonna take up for myself. Nobody's gonna walk over me no more, and this is self-love. That's how I was portraying it in my mind, like it was self-love, but it was not self-love. It was actually the opposite. I was putting myself in positions to get hurt constantly by thinking that, oh, I'm exempt for being hurt. Nobody, I'm exempt for being hurt. I'm exempt for anything, bad happening to me. Like I'm exempt for anything. And it's like, I was thinking about the wrong way, because by me doing that, I was putting myself in a position to get hurt, because I was not humbling myself. And so, because I was already exalting myself, it always came something to humble me. It was always something to humble me, because I was already putting myself up here, thinking that I was protecting myself, but I was not. There was pride and mixed with selfishness, which God revealed to me that I had pride too. I didn't even know I had pride. Like, the definition I thought about pride was just, and I'll talk about that on a different video, but I didn't even know that I had pride. So God revealed to me, yeah, you have pride. So God had to work on all of that, so it was the pride, it was the selfishness. And basically, selfishness ruins your life, because you paint this image as if everything's supposed to go your way. And if it doesn't go your way, then it makes you feel a way, right? Because everything will not go your way. So you always put yourself in a predicament to be hurt by thinking that. You have to know that everything in life will not go your way. Now, I'm not saying you just take anything, but you have to accept the fact that some things, people are going to hurt you. People are going to walk away from you. You're going to lose friends. Like, you're going to get betrayed. And like, at least once in your life, it's going to happen. Like, it's just going to happen, no matter how much you try to protect and put these, it's going to happen, and you won't see it coming. I won't say I'm completely not selfish, because we are human, and we do have flesh, and we want to be perfect or whatever, but it's like we're not. But I will say that I do take into consideration other people's feelings as well now, more, because there was something that I was not doing at first. I was not considering the other party at first, because I thought that I was protecting myself, but that was not the case. And so now I do take the time out to consider, let me just take time out to just humble myself, and not getting so offended at things, but being more curious about things. And, to just see, just looking at it from a different angle, and humbling myself, really humbling myself before the Lord. And when I tell you, when you do that, God will always exalt. It's in the Bible. Those who humble themselves will be exalted, but those who exalt themselves will be humbled. So I always try to live from a place of humility, because I know what it feels like to be humbled. If you're not already humbled, life will humble you. It will humble you. Come. And so I always try to, come from a place of humility. I always try to come from a place of humility. And so, yeah, that's basically it. You got to humble yourself. And I had this mixed up too. I kind of used the word self-love and self-care. I thought that self-love and self-care, what I was doing, I thought that it was self-care and self-love, but it was actually me being selfish. And now, you do supposed to love yourself. You are supposed to have self-care and take care of yourself, and have self-love and self-care, but that's different than being selfish. And so that's what God had to reveal to me, and it has blessed my life, because I'm not, I let God do. And it happens every time. Like, it can be something as simple as when I'm driving or something, and a driver, cut me off or do something stupid. and I want to, you know, blow on my horn or do something, it'll always be God for me, because he'll always like quickly humble me. It'll be something that happened, then God be like, pump your brakes. Not, you know, pump your brakes, like slow down, slow down. You think I got this. You need to humble yourself. And it never fails that every time I try to do something and, you know, take matters into my own hands, God always humble me. He always humble me. Always humble me. So that's something I try to do now more often, is just humble myself before anything. I try to walk out the house with a humbled heart, so I won't, you know, exalt myself and be humbled. Like, it hurts to be humbled, so you might as well already be humbled. You might as well already come humble, because if God has to humble you, you gonna feel it, and it ain't gonna be nothing you want to feel. You know, it's not gonna be something just that you want to be. It's not gonna be something you want to feel. So you might as well go ahead and humble yourself. You know, so that's what I try to do every day, is humble myself. And that ties in with me not being selfish, but considering the feelings of others and being more selfless, you know. Because no one wants a selfish friend. No one wants a selfish friend. No one wants a selfish spouse. No one wants somebody that's selfish, you know. So I'm just learning day by day, and I thank God for just revealing that to me, you know, because I was living life so blindly, thinking that I was, you know, doing something. But it's also in the Bible. It's a way that seems right that later on leads to death, though. And that's why we got to just always stay in relation with God, because we think we be doing something right, but it's really not the right way. It's really not the right way. It's the heart is deceitful. Who can know it but God? So we might think that our heart is right and we doing the right thing, but God is saying, no, 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 baby. That is not it. That is not right. That is not what I want you to be doing. So that's all I had to say. I thank you all for tuning in. And remember, don't be selfish. Humble yourself, or God will humble you. He will humble you himself. Bye. Have a good day.